And how important is emotional availability?
What do you mean by that? Which means somebody comes to sob and your shoulder must be available? Every day, 4 hours in the night, emotional connectivity is happening. And what is that about? You know, when I was 2 years old, then I had this trauma. And now my boss, she is such a bitch. For 2 hours, he is telling you about his office politics. What kind of rubbish? But it's entertaining, right? You come to me with your clutter and your confusion, and I help you clear it. That is one thing. The other thing is, you have become habituated to dumping your rubbish on me. Why? Because there is nobody in the universe who would listen to it. So I am the only unfortunate one. These are two very different things. Do we draw the line?
So just to close this topic, the ultimate goal should be to overcome the need of companionship.
Just to close this topic, I'll open another question.
You have to put efforts in a relationship. Like how important is it?
So as to equalize things, to flatten the ground.
But ideally, we don't need to put efforts, right? It should be
If you have to put in efforts, they must arise from love. Out of love, you care for the other, but then also not too much selectively towards the other. In love, obviously, there is a lot of effort. But those who have known, they have said it is an effortless effort. You may get tired from the outside, but it doesn't tire you down from the inside. So within it, all happens very spontaneously, therefore effortlessly. It is not the contrived kind of effort. It just happens. It just happens because it has to happen, just like the flow of a river. There is so much happening, but no one making the effort for it.
And how important is emotional availability?
What do you mean by that?
Even
Emotional availability, what is that? Which means somebody comes to sob and your shoulder must be available? Yeah?
Maybe being available.
Vacate the shoulder? Be emotionally available? Or somebody comes to dump his garbage. And you must vacate your inner area for that. Right? The kind of filth that cannot be disclosed to anybody, that should not be disclosed to anybody because it carries no value at all. But because you are my partner, 4 hours of your time I will eat up. Just to unload my garbage, not unload, dump. And if you refuse to listen, or your phone battery dies down, then you will be called insensitive. I am being emotionally open to you, and you couldn't even keep a spare phone ready. Every day, 4 hours in the night, emotional connectivity is happening. Every night, without exception. And what is that about? You know, when I was 2 years old, then I had this trauma. And now my boss, she is such a bitch. And I hate that singer. Please think of my emotions. I'm just a little fat, and yet when I was 12, I was told by that particular aunt, and I'm still carrying that. Please listen to all this.
It's the work of that own individual to work on their own emotions, right? We don't have to.
This is cruel.
Yeah.
This is outright cruel. Do you see this?
And the psychologists make it sound like it is a very basic thing to expect emotional availability. I don't feel it is basic.
It is one thing to act as a mirror. It is one thing to be available, to clarify. It is another thing to act as a wastebasket for the other. These are two very different things. Do we draw the line? You come to me with your clutter and your confusion, and I help you clear it. That is one thing. The other thing is, you have become habituated to dumping your rubbish on me. Why? Because there is nobody in the universe who would listen to it. So I am the only unfortunate one, because I happen to be your partner. So you bring all your nonsense and throw it on my face and say, this is why we are emotionally related. These are two very different things. In one, you are a genuine seeker asking for clarity. In the other, you are violent, you are cruel. You don't need clarity. In fact, you want to drag the other down to your own level. What if the other is a writer or a scientist? Genuinely good job to do. And you want hours of his time for this kind of emotional hobnobbing. And if it doesn't allot you that time, you weep buckets and accuse him of infidelity. Surely you are seeing someone else. So familiar, right? Even I know. And we know what we are doing. After wasting 4 hours of somebody's time, and then we say, I don't want to waste more of your time. So you already knew, right? You already knew you were wasting my time all along. Now, having wasted my time, you also want to have the moral upper hand. So you're saying, no, I don't want to waste any more of your time. It's already been 4 hours. And I know you are anyway not interested in listening to what I'm saying. Having robbed him of his 4 hours, now you are accusing that he is anyway not interested. So I'm disconnecting. And if you really love me, you'll call me back. Run away. Block, D&D, whatever you can do. At least don't inflict this treatment on somebody. Right? And don't be so desirous, don't be so needy that you tolerate when this happens to you. For 2 hours, he is telling you about his office politics. Nonsense. What do you have to do with his office politics? What elevation, what enlightenment is there in sharing the details of office politics? That peon, he is all the time ogling at the boss's secretary. What great revelation! The listener is now enlightened for sure. And you are sharing your recipe. You then put some methi in this, and then why? No, but these little things, that's what is love, no? Is it not? No, sir. Nalpe sukham. There can be no joy in pettiness. Only in the infinite, only in the boundaryless, only in that which is unbounded, free totally, there is joy. Yo vabhuma tat sukham. Why are you dragging the other down to your petty affairs? First of all, you should give up your own petty affairs. If you have to share, share greatness. If you have to share, share beauty and excellence. Share the stories of your daring struggles. Have something that can inspire the other. But we don't have any of that. So what do we share? Today again I saw the peon going after that woman. What kind of rubbish? But it's entertaining, right? Yeah. Yes.
So just to close this topic, okay, I'll just say it anyway. Just to close this topic, the ultimate goal should be to overcome the need of companionship.
Just to close this topic, I'll open another question. Hmm? Is this not company? Is this not sufficient? What more do you want?
No. Actually, I got my answer to this
Yeah.
question yesterday, but because this is a conversation going on,
When you are with a book,
Yeah.
when you are in your lab, when you are working with anything, right? You can be rightfully immersed in. How is that not sufficient? And I'm not talking of austerity or celibacy or brahmacharya here. None of those things. I'm talking of your first love. Your first love has to be with this, with anything that's exalted, with anything that's of the skies. That has to be your first love, first relationship. And from that first love, if other relationships emerge, please welcome them. We are not talking of remaining solitary all life. No. You anyway cannot remain solitary. We are surrounded all the time. Do you get this? We are not talking in the traditional way of forbidding relationships. We are not doing that. What we are saying is, if you relate to the other from a false center, the relationship becomes a curse. And from the right center, your first relationship is with rightness itself. When that is your first relationship, all your other relationships fall in place, acquire that flavor, that aroma. That's all. That's all.
I definitely resonate with this. Thank you.
Yes. We all are waiting. आपको खुशी होगी इस नाते जो हमारी अपनी ऐप है जिसमें हमारे गीता और बाकी सब कार्यक्रम चलते हैं। यहाँ पर बुद्ध हैं, गीता है, उपनिषद हैं, अष्टावक्र हैं। ये मुझे मिले, मेरी जिंदगी बदली, ये तुम्हें मिलेंगे, तुम्हारी जिंदगी भी बदलेगी। सच पूछिए तो मतलब लाखों नहीं तो कम से कम हजारों जिंदगियां तो हैं जो बिल्कुल बदली हैं।
2 लाख से अधिक गीता प्रतिभागियों के साथ जुड़े आचार्य प्रशांत ऐप पर पहला महीना बिल्कुल फ्री गीता मिशन का पूरा एक्सेस। ऐप पर आपको मिलेंगे नियमित लाइव सत्र, हर दिन आचार्य प्रशांत के विशेष संवाद, गीता कम्युनिटी का एक्सेस, गीता परीक्षा, चयनित समाचार, ऑडियो बुक्स, कोट्स और भी बहुत कुछ। गूगल प्ले स्टोर या एप्पल ऐप स्टोर पर आचार्य प्रशांत सर्च करें और अभी डाउनलोड करें।